Alright, everyone, settle down for a couple of minutes of the customary fiddling about with the controls, getting the stream set up, audio volumes, and everything else set up properly. And then join me for another session of Mr. Rigatoni's Rise of Flight career. By which I mean IL2 career. The Rise of Flight career is later. It's another beautiful day at Null Airfield, so let's just pause the stream here for 1 second. And we are back. Perfect. Chat's up and running, all the controls seem to be working. All that remains now is to double check the audio volumes, whether or not you can hear me. But it should be good, it should all be good. Incoming enemy planes were spotted over an important area. Of course, of course. Planning room, what have we got? Aha! Intercept ground attack planes. Everything here is as it should be. Right. Can everyone hear me all right? Let's see. Right, last time we had the ground troops cover. That went rather well for us with 4 cannon kills, an airplane shot down, and a maneuver kill, as I recall. Perfectly, capital. Alright, then we must get into the air and shoot down some ground attack planes. If we eventually get the chance to shoot down some A-20s, but for now we will have to make do with the IL-2s. At least that's better than the Peshkas. Those bastards are career enders. They are attacking artillery positions east of Kaliningrad, or south of Kaliningrad I should say. And there's nothing more to it than get up and do our job. I will be bringing the 20 mils because we are fighting IL-2s. Not the armored windscreen, because with it you can't see damn near anything. And we will be going with that one. With a little Studio Ghibli character there. that off. Gear up. Flaps are retracted. Turn off the lights. Oh dear God. Already stuff going on over here. Are those the targets? Quite a lot of these bastards. Are we disengaged? Or not disengaging, are we engaging? Fighters here too, I think. If you engage the boost. That wasn't a very long flight, was it? Planes behind me, I can't tell whether they're hostile or not. Should mostly be our own flight, but who knows. Let's focus on the IL2s after all. They're starting their attack runs. Still flying after all that? Half his elevator's shot off. Seriously, that's a full section of 20mm and 50 cals straight across the entire wingspan there. Still more of them though. Russian. wasn't expecting to be outrun by a P40, to be honest. Nor am I entirely sure what he was firing at. Come on, Mr. P40. Ow, ow. What on earth? Oh, my engine's shot up. Not sure quite what did that. P40 obviously, but from where I cannot tell. I will have to do an emergency landing. No. If you're talking about the oil radiators, they were set about 30%. Water radiators were about 65%. Bollocks, planes are dropping left and right. Going ahead at 109. Well, he made it down. Run! Oh, that didn't go very well at all, did it? I didn't manage to see that other P40, but I did catch certainly some 50 cals across the nose there. Not very good at all. Let's see if anyone survived. Was this just now? Oh, you got a good burst across the sides there. Wasn't behind me. I think there was something like 16 202s in service at this point, and I think we've lost about that many planes. 12 maybe. Shouldn't be all that many 202s left. You might want to request a transfer eventually. Aha! See? This is the benefit of suffering catastrophic losses. We have been promoted to Lieutenant, because everyone else is dying. And this is in a section of the war where we're on the offensive, but we keep getting slaughtered. Another ground attack, ground intercept. We shall run with the same kind of setup, I believe. We have quite a lot fewer planes for every mission. They might have decimated the entire squadron at this rate. Wonder if the game actually would actually care about that. We shall be lowering our fuel quantity even more. I shall bring the 20 mils, even though they cost me quite a lot. What? What's going on? Why didn't he take off? Sort of stopped on the runway there. Flak is firing all over the place. Why is our Outman parked on the ground there? Okay, guess it's just me then. Did our friend make it up? No. Andreas did. That's about it. Well. Let's see how our anti-aircraft gun's firing. Southeast. I see some planes over there. Here we go again. Bombers with escort. Are those all hostiles then? Seems like it, doesn't it? And our lieutenant hasn't even gotten off the ground yet. Miss bastards. And just in time, the sun swings around the left and completely obscures my vision of the game. That's too fast to be an L2, isn't it? Let's go for the bombers. By golly, there's a lot of them. Bollocks! Debris struck my propeller. Well, another emergency landing. Assuming we can do that. We might lose the plane unless we're careful. I think we can do it though. Shit, come on. Sure, Cybermat, but taking out IL2s in a marquee isn't exactly the best proposition even without them. Or rather, even with them. Without them is... well, it's not very good, is it? The Bredas can do some damage, but the 7.7s won't do shit, won't even penetrate the armor. Bredas might do some damage, but you'd only have 800 rounds. So, on the other hand... oh god, another one. We just keep flying intercept missions here. They're hitting us really hard. Tell you what though, next mission, if there's another one, if they keep bombing the living hell out of us, we take the... go with the Bredas and see if we can bring anything down. And I agree, the Maki is an underrated bird. It's, well, underrated. It's underappreciated, I'd say. It's still probably the worst plane in the game, the least capable plane in the game. That's not to say that it doesn't have its strengths, and I really like flying it, but I wouldn't call it all that good in the context of, well, just about everything else in the game. You can take the I-16 on somewhat equal terms, but it really should be better than it is, I think. Not by much, maybe, but in terms of speed and what. Heavy weather. An additional 10 marquees. Well, we needed that. You can see immediately the mission lineup filled up rather quickly. And now we are flying a ferry cover. That's rather ballsy. Are they... what we're doing? In the face of unrelenting Soviet assault? Soviet assault. Soviet assault. Wasn't that a DLC or an expansion pack for something? Soviet assault? Agreed, the Fulgore was in real life a very, very capable plane, except for the shitty radio, incredibly shitty radio really, and the armament of course, which was terrible. But in game it's not all that hot, is what I'm saying. It's part of why I would very much like to. Yeah, let's just go with the standard loadout. I wouldn't necessarily agree with him that it would have been the best fighter of the war, considering some of the later designs, but it certainly deserves to be better known than it is. That's right, leave some space for Jesus. Of course, online you mostly see people fly the best of the best for somewhat understandable reason. Ah yes, that does make more sense. Sort of like how the Zero is quite obviously one of the best fighters of the war, even though it was naturally outdated towards the end there. You could probably make the same argument about the 109, really. Soldiered on through the entire war and was never less than capable. The Fulgore is an astounding bird, not to mention certainly one of the best looking planes of the war. Along with the, the G55, the Cantoro, which I would have loved to see in greater numbers. What? I looked away for 5 seconds. Hiding behind the bar, eh? Oh, am I ever, Mr. Cybermare I'll have you know. Yes, I'm very, very much looking forward to the Pacific. I was rather disappointed when they announced Bodenplatte, even though I'm delighted at the chance of flying the P-38 Lightning in the ME-262. And I've said as much before. I'm really happy to fly those. It's exciting to see the Flying Circus announcement, because obviously I'm a huge fan of World War I aviation. But I would have been more than delighted to see some Pacific action soon. I think with this engine and the experience they have, they could do some really amazing things at the Pacific Theater, especially since, how can I put this? I would very much like to see a move away from the Great Patriotic War. And then hopefully we can see a move away from the whole Russian versus German circus thing going on for the past 5 years. Plus the Pacific would give me some chance try my hand at seaplanes once again, hopefully. The Catalinas and torpedo bombers. Another disappointment was that the Kuban didn't come with torpedoes. But oh well. Can't have everything, I suppose. Many things I can say about the Pacific Theater that I would like. I really enjoy pretty much all the Japanese planes and all the American planes. Carrier operations is super exciting. It was a rather even war, a lot of it. And yes, as you say, while carrier operations will certainly have been the feather in the hat, cream on the cocoa, etc. Battle of New Guinea would be amazing. And you know, whatever they want to do, Battle of Burma, Coral Sea, anything is better than Okinawa, which is in the plan, as far as I know. I still don't really understand that. That was a very one-sided affair. I think that was originally planned to sell late war planes, if I'm honest, but I don't know. I can't pretend to know the reasoning. Okay, hello. What would you be intending to fly faster than? Oh, wherever floats your boat. Might want to close that coal chute. Actually nice with the emission that allows us to fly the plane for more than 2 seconds. Without me ramming my propeller into an IL2. Bombers? I was expecting bombers. Especially not at this altitude. Was Eagle another flight with a Swift or something? I can never recall our... what's our call sign there? Doesn't say. Indeed, bombers. And fighters above. Peshkas. Interesting. Wasn't expecting this. Suicide! Attacking a flight of Peshkas in a Maki. Not feeling this, gentlemen. Not feeling this at all. And I didn't even bring any of the... any of the 20 mils. Fortunately, the Peshkas are slightly easier to set on fire than the I-16s as well. Don't want to abandon all the altitude and give up on the bombers, to be honest. Well, black smoke from a bomber doesn't really mean all that much when it's a Peshka. They have two, you see. And they're Russian, so they can fly on one engine and no oil for 200 minutes at least. Get out immediately. Go for another go. It's not very happy, is it? I think he's going down. No, I'm above it. Never stay above a Peshka. High 6 is the death sentence. I'm going to call that one sort of done. If it makes it back to base, well, it's not my fault. Wait, oh, there it is. They're descending. They're going into land. Shit. Which means for a couple of minutes here I can't see them. Where the shit do they go? Oh, did they go up again? Apparently they did. Sorry, I don't like using the icons if I can avoid it, but I have the sun coming in pretty strong through my window, which means that I'm practically blind. Unless they're right in front of me, and they're doing some rather annoying things with these clouds here. This is rather annoying. keep this on for a second then. So I can actually acquire the target. Alright, we have an entire flak alley below us. I think we might have to break off. Close this. Far away anyhow. And those are the I-16s, I suppose. Maybe we can net ourselves one of those. They're slightly easier to bring down than a Peshka. Not to mention they don't have a tail gunner. And they don't appear to have spotted me yet. I can turn this ludicrous thing off. It is time to engage. And he's on fire, I believe. No? There he goes. Now where is his friend? And then one of the bombers go down. Capital. I've lost the other I-16. I say we should start heading back towards the east. As we are sort of flying a dangerous route here. Where even is the compass in this thing? That's not really helpful. Oh, it's this terribly dark thing. 120 degrees. A light drizzle of flak. Slightly more than a light drizzle. Okay. Now they're getting closer. So perhaps we should get ourselves into a nunnery. Back across our own lines. And then hit risk. Now, I might add that the Marquis might not be my go-to choice if I have to tangle with P-47s or Focke-Wulfs or whatnot. But it would certainly be very high up on the list of something I'd try to work in. If I had the chance. It's a very pleasant aircraft to fly. It looks gorgeous, rather fast, very sporty. Right, we can start heading west, or north I should say. Ferries reach its objective. We are en route home. If there is a home to return to, given the ferocious attacks of the past few days. The Russians are putting up a lot of bombers. What I wouldn't give for a G6. Handles a bit like an aerobatic racer. It's very, very quick responses and very precise. Very light on the controls overall. Cruising around along at around 450. Something there in that cloud. If you wanted to put a tail gunner on a Hurricane, you might as well buy some Defiance or something. I'm slightly confused as to what airfield is our airfield now, if I'm honest. In Rise of Light they had this this thing where they would put a map marker for takeoff somewhere else but the place where you're actually supposed to take off from. So clearly this is our landing marker, but I don't actually see an airfield here. And we didn't just land in the forest now, did we? So it's not here. Now I know that our actual airfield is the one over here, but it seems like we're landing like over... You know what? Let's just land at the airfield we're supposed to land on. No, wait, this is where we took off from. This is where we took off from. This is a very short runway. I'm coming in too fast. Just double check that the guns aren't firing or anything. Good. There was apparently a runway that I didn't see. Very well. We have landed. Counted as a landing as far as the game is concerned, which is good. Can never be too sure. One here. Oh, we only got the one. Bomber, we only got the one. Oh well. Still pretty good. Pretty good, I'd say. And we're flying another one today. Wonderful. Might as well do another one. This is a long one. As you can see, the life of a combat flyer isn't always all that glorious or exciting. But we shall have to do it anyway. One, two, three. So we are Adler. Avanti Rigatoni. Wine and cheese. What are we, French? That's another plane I'd like to fly. The Watine. Or however you pronounce it. French mainstay fighter, also not produced in significant numbers. Also, from what I gather, a rather competent fighter with potentially too light an armament. Who's to say I can't bring a bowl of pasta up in the marquee? Look, look, there's a pasta bowl indention here. Not to mention after an encounter with any Russian fighter, your plane will look like a sieve and you can use that to strain the pasta. dash of water on it, and some olive oil to keep it from clumping up. And I've forgotten to turn those off. Beautiful game though. What else is in here is pasta related? So we are heading down south, heading over west. Fourth delivery with a ferry. Is there a... No, just those. Thought maybe we had some kind of ferry airplanes with us, but we haven't picked them up yet. Maybe we're escorting a ground convoy or something? I really don't know. Let's see this. Just for a little bit. It is good for the digestion. Long transport missions, huh? Kayla, will you be flying any today, perhaps? Oh. Not swift. Now, whereas I have some other things I want to attend to as well. Some multiplayer shenanigans. Anyone here played on, say, Wings of Liberty lately? Oh, contacts, 1 o'clock. And 12 o'clock. Look German, all of them. I'd rather say. You heard him. Fighter spotted, 12 o'clock. Coming in high. It is a G-Sync monitor, yes. How did you know? What's going on? These are all 109s. Those look Russians, but they're not really engaging. They're just sort of flying off. Which I wouldn't really expect them to do at this altitude. From a bunch of 109s. We do want to engage, right, chaps? Capital. We'll meet all the Russian fighters head on. There's no way this could end badly. Look like P-40s. Scared the life out of me. Come on, man, that wasn't cool. Cheers, Saber. See you later. This poor bastard is pretty much done for. No? Still up? Roger that. Still up. Well, let no one say the P40 isn't sturdy. I'm just going to break off. That should be enough. Now, what else is behind us? Looks like another... Whoa! Did it just... What in the name of the nine earths? No. Not a P40, that's a Marquis. As long as we get the drop on them, we're golden. I'm going to leave you there. That's another one coming in, I believe. No, he's already crashed. Capital. Got a swarm of IL2s. And P40s all around. Wonderful. I'll go for the squadron leader. God, the sun in my eyes. I can't see. I've lost him now. That could have been him. And here are all the P4s, IL2s, I believe. Go for the fighters first. He's targeting that Marquis. Eat shit and die, American! Bales. Or possibly I shot off the... So the fighters, sorry, the attackers. Let's dive in and see if we can give those. Give them a dose of what we gave Argentina. Right, wasn't the That's another P40. Sort of easy to get turned around in this here weather. Another P40, you can tell. On the amount of lasers. Can't tell whether those are... That's another P40, I believe. Unfortunately, I can't see anything when... That's an IL2. And that's a marquee on the tail of yet another P40. I beg your pardon? Those were 50 cals. I repeat, those were 50 cals. Nope, those were 50 cals. Well, they were firing from the wings, I'll grant you that, but they're firing when I press the cannon button. Oh wait, I suppose maybe those count as the second weaponry group because they're an addition. I just assumed that the heavier weapon would be assigned to fire cannons. That's a 109, I believe. I don't want to go in a head-on with something I can't see. And it's a 109. Where are we anyway? Well, and we're out of ammunition. I suppose we return home. Wish I had a revolver or something. Of course the ammo runs out just as we glide slowly into an unprotected convoy of IL2s. Very well. I think something's off with how the AI aims. Aye, but I was expecting the ammunition to run out after I spent it all on that E40 there. Let's hope at least some of those failed to make it home. Although I wouldn't count on it, the P40 is rather rugged. I suppose we might. And we're back. And we're still only a third of the way there. 762s are rather useless. Especially in the marquee. And we are making our way downtown, hoping that the airfield isn't destroyed. Our wingmen have already returned. Indeed, there's a lot of engagements going on down here. Trying to encircle the city, I believe. Those IL2s are wrecking our shit. Lights on. Not airplanes on the runway, are they? It's a bit hard there. Good. Clear the runway. In case we have something coming up west just behind us. Didn't see any additional kill confirmations, so probably didn't get many of those planes. 3 light planes. Fairly certain I grievously injured many more. But 3 planes isn't that bad. Can we see the flight log? Oh, it only counts the destroyed, doesn't it? Yeah. Destroyed. Yeah. Pity that. But overall, the kill tally is pretty good. Our across second class, 25 planes shot down. Pilot badge. Well, if they say so, I would have expected some kind of recognition, although I was promoted, I suppose. Ground troops cover in the morning. Escort ground attack planes in the afternoon, or around noon, and then in the afternoon there's an escort mission to give the to give Ivan what for? Old habits, sorry. Yes, I can. Interesting, I can set that up there. I suppose. It's not very far, we have to escort them. Unless they're striking something down south. Andreas Fischer was wounded in action and they didn't do anything. I would expect he took a piece of flak to the rear guard. Mission, that's pretty cool. He would... Nope. Short mission for us then. Take off. Hit the ground targets, they looks like artillery positions, and whatever that is, some fortified areas. And then we come back, leave the escort or the Stukas over here. I hope they're Stukas. 110s maybe, that would be better. Then they won't all die. Oh yes, for the landing approach. Roger that, I see. How about this? How about we bring some... don't need the machine guns. Hello, Grey. No worries. Haven't missed all that much. Tangled a bit with some P40s. Rammed a bunch of IL2s. And now we will fly straight into an absolute lemon party of flak. Please don't fire that over my head. Fire some more flares. Yep, there we go. Just keep firing. Spending half of her Goering's hard-earned cash on fireworks. Drive's a hard bargain, this one. Yes, indeed, Grey. We are still flying out of that particular piece of kit. Truly wonderful. Today we are escorting what appears to be Stukas. Can we double check that for you? No. I don't know what the ship that is supposed to be. E7s. Well, I suppose that's better. Not what I would have called ground attack planes that need escort, but by all means. I was hoping for some actual booms, not two 50-kilo bombs strapped to whatever half-rusted airframes. Handily outpace us too. Oh no. One moment. Accidentally hit that button again. Key mapping. I assume this is it main controls maybe? No. Weapon controls. Thank you. So to give you a quick overview, Grey, This is the current area of operations. Take off there, bomb that, leave the bombers there and head back. Which is slightly troublesome because we can't even really keep pace with the bastards, can we? They have started their attack. Missed. Oh well. Mostly just a bit of sport. Bit of a delay as I dropped there. Wasn't very far off, but there's a 100 kilo bomb, doesn't do much. Are you seriously intending to head back over the target? Wonderful. Yeah, no, I love that. That's a great idea. Let's do that. There's no way this... there's no way that this could end badly, could it? Oh wait, I have a better idea. How would you circle slowly at about 900 meters of altitude above the enemy flag? Wouldn't that be marvelous? Simply delightful idea. Far to the northwest. Sort of behind us, isn't it? I see him. Yep. Let's double check where our friendlies are. Don't have any friendlies, just a lot of P-40s. Isn't that marvelous? Well, if nothing else, I can drag these bastards away, can't I? Right. What are you doing? Oh. Wonderful. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to turn this on again for a brief second because I can't see anything with the sun in my eyes. It's terribly embarrassing and I hate doing it, but it is what it is. Shit, he's on my 6 again. Or again, he's on my 6, but period. My own damn faults for overshooting him. Fortunately, the P40 climbs like a dog. And he has turned back. Spotted me again. I'll leave him there. Shit. Fuck. Sorry. Flak. Gauge in a steep turn right above a flak battery. That's just the ticket for a fun night out, isn't it? And I was giving the I was chewing the AI out for doing the same thing. Need to save our friends though. Well, appears like this guy is somewhat covered. mucky. Yep. These are all German. Can we please get out of here now? Not a P40. Thank God for that. Personally, I think the mission critical objective was when they dropped their bombs and flew off. Although technically, I suppose we should have escorted them back here. No matter. Again, did I hold 2 or 3? One fell apart, but I think that's the only kill I'm going to get, because those things can stay up forever. Oh. The E7 is my favorite out of all of these birds. Sorry, all of these the 109s. Or the E1. Probably my favorite, but just love that angular nose cone. Well, we'll leave these chaps here and speed homewards. Just on the other side of that river is the enemy. Just over this ridge of trees is a nice cup of tea. I-16s. Oh, whatever. Wait. Why's the air raid siren? Making all that racket. Is it a P40? Or is it an early model 262? Well. Apparently all of these managed to stay on them. I guess I've learned that you really, really have to make sure they go in. In multiplayer, it's typically alright if you leave break off when they're, you know, smoking black. Hell, if it's a German plane, you can leave them as soon as you hit them. And be happy with that. But here, especially with these P40s, it's just... do or die, I suppose. 1 kill confirmed. Whatever you say. Let's do one more. Thank you, Gray. Again, rather short mission for bombers. Looks like we're bombing a train station. Just off to the southeast. Yeah, that is true. We're both operating from airfields very close to the... that is a very good point, Kayla. I always like to bring a couple of bombs when I'm escorting bombers, because it gives me something to do. Of course they do, Levin. This is the only Italian squadron in the entire area, so we get all the goodies. Come on. Sorry. Poorly timed sneeze. They use the German 20 mils, and so they're about as good as you would expect in terms of damage. But the Folgore is really not the best plane to stick gun pods to. It handles about as well as a Stuka with gun pods, I'd say. It's all very unpleasant. Wonder if we'll have a chance to wonder what kind of bombers they are. I'll have another one of those missions where we can't climb to altitude for one, but Wonderful, 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 beautiful, gorgeous, lovely. Oh, I love the big bombers. In formations, it's even better. Now, if only we could have more than 8, 9. They tend to fly in groups of 9 for some reason. Is that what my system can take? I wonder. Can't quite see what they're carrying. Probably 250s. Almost at the target already. Yeah, quite possibly. Are they dropping? Yeah, there goes 1 bomb, 2 bombs, 3. Oh, they're bombing. Are they dropping big ones? Now this I have to see. Let's see, there's the target. Yeah, I'd say that thing is pretty fucked. Pretty thoroughly fucked, if I'm honest. Yeah, let's see, what can we bomb? Is there anything left? Not really, no. Pow! I would guess it was a farmer. I also believe we hit that factory like a week ago, so I'll just be following the railway lines back home. I really want to shoot at a train or something. But 45 positions, I believe. Well, you can There's no better way to win my heart over than with some really big boons. I do sort of envy the Russian campaigns for being able to attack those big formations. Oh, okay. Well, we're basically home, so... I will give them that. It is rather easy. These missions that tend to be very long and tedious are rather easy when you're flying this close to the front. I don't think so. Their black batteries are firing for some reason. Ours aren't, I believe. Oh, they are actually. Yeah, they are. There's something here that they're firing on. Looks like an I-16. That is indeed something nasty. There's quite a few of them in the air. Waiting to pounce our bombers as they come into land. Absolute bastards. Good call, Kayla, good call. Well, I'm about ready to give them a dose of Imperial pike and shot. Stay away from our bombers. Stay away from my beautiful Heinkels, you bastards. This is going to be slightly dangerous, I feel. MiGs. I think. Nope. Come on. Almost impossible to lead shots with these Predator guns. It's like throwing softballs out of a moving car. So we'll do the ring around the rosy thing. And try some really high deflection shots. Seem to work alright. Please desist. This is a Maki. You can't just do that old thing. Well, I can run out of ammunition, I suppose. Let's close the distance a little bit. Terribly exciting, isn't it? Flying against the AI. Thank you. I imagine what happened there is that they all ran out of fuel. After wasting all of our ammunition on them. It was a MiG. Good. And I wasn't completely blind. Most of our bombers still flying. That bastard is going in for another attack. Come here. Stay away, stay away. I mean, he's basically... Why do they keep doing this? And why am I being rammed by my friendlies? I do believe he's... Yep. The bombers are mostly okay. Let's see, how many can we count? 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 9. That's not great, but I do believe I saw another one somewhere. Oh yes, one is on the ground. 7. Another one might have landed before then. We'll see how many we lost. All in all, not terrible there. I reckon he would, yes. Well, assuming he had a somewhat comparable plane and not a Albatross D3 versus the MiG-3. I don't think I would... But on the plus side, he would love to have... AI teammates that can actually land. Wouldn't that be lovely? And we are down. Sneaky Russians waiting on the landing field. There were no opposition above the target, so clearly they didn't care much about protecting that factory. Instead, they bloody well waited for us when we came back. Two light planes. Daniel Grünbaum was transferred to our squadron. He was assigned to be the commanding officer of our squadron, and then he was awarded the pilot's badge. Isn't that nice? Daniel Grünbaum. Major. I wouldn't mind an Oberleutnant. Little bit of promotion. Well, probably wouldn't get one this soon, but even so. We have currently racked up a rather respectable 28 planes, of which 9 were IL2s, 1 was a Peshka, and 18 were fighters, for which we were awarded the Iron Class, the Iron Class, Second Cross, and the Badge of Piloting. Well, I can't vouch for their practices. Is this an Oberfeldwebel? Yep. Oh, we relocate to Staritsa Airfield. Oh dear God, what's this? See, these people get. Oh, we got a slew of new people, and they were awarded pilots badges. Front flying clasp for fighters. All right. And we relocate to show on the map. Staritsa, isn't this basically where we came from? JG 452. Sounds like it'll be somewhat quiet. Still near the front. And we will be relocating. But we will be relocating next time on Game Grumps. It's about that time of the evening where I head off to get myself a little meal, and I figure we start off the next session with a brand new airfield and possibly fewer flak cannons. Thank you very much for tuning in, all of you, and I hope I'll see you next time. Kayla, have a great day at work. If we end up flying a little bit later tonight, in about, what will it be, 4 hours-ish, 4-5 hours, something like that. Feel free to tune in. We'll be flying some Wings of Liberty or something else. Whatever server has some people but isn't full. It doesn't crash all the time. Very well, I'll see you next time. Toodle pip and have